Okay, fine. I'll talk about pregnancy for a minute because somebody has their comments turned off because their channel is labeled for children and you can't comment on channels like that and you need to change that. Two things. If you were married, white, middle class, your husband was white, had decent insurance, you have a completely different experience with pregnancy than any woman who is on public health of any form of public health. You have a different experience than any woman who has a spouse of a different race. You have a different experience than any teenager. You have a different experience than anybody who isn't white, middle class, with good insurance, and married, and in a stable environment. Doctors consider themselves gods. That is one of the jokes about medicine, but it is true. They consider themselves, subconsciously or consciously, gods. And gods like to play God. And doctors will always push an abortion. Unless your doctor's Catholic in a Catholic church, in a Catholic hospital. If you are low income, mentally ill, disabled, have a mixed race marriage, have yourself being of questionable ethnicity, they push abortions. They did it in the 80s. They do it now. Okay? It's uncool. I get very, very upset about it. Next thing, part 2. Rare complications are a hell of a lot more common than they tell people. Okay? What did women used to do? They died. 30% of women died in childbirth every single childbirth episode. Okay? 30% chance of dying. What did they used to do? They died. Because they push abortions so heavily, and they don't call them abortions, it's medical intervention. They really don't call it abortions when they're pushing it on people. So somebody might not know that they had a medically induced miscarriage that the doctor decided that they needed. Okay? But because they do that so regularly, the numbers are down. It skews the math on what your chances of having a bad problem is. So, yeah, I get very, very inflamed about pregnancy, about how women are treated, about our whole system. If you can afford a doula, you had a completely different world experience than anything I've ever had. You know? I can go on and on about cases. I really can. And this is 3 minutes, so I'm going to cut it right there. But get a different doctor and play the Catholic card. Catholic or Mormon. Why are you recommending the morning after pill? I'm Catholic. I'm going to have to say confession just because we're having this conversation. That kind of thing. Get a doctor who takes abortion off the table. And then you'll get decent care. Maybe. I love you. Talk to you later. Bye-bye.